So, this week is the last week I will be trading actually. And it's like the second to last week before yearly close and yearly open, right? So, as you can see, past week was pretty rough to trade. I mean, it was kind of choppy, but the rotations were pretty clean, both on from highs to lows and from lows to highs, etc. Um, I talked you through this entire thing on streams and um, on analysis, but unfortunately, some trades I wasn't able to share them as they were pretty fast, and I kinda have my worst performing month so far. So, anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into analysis, starting off with the daily chart. So, structure only, as we can see, we're into like a long POI, right? Nothing else we can look into here. Only thing that we can look into here on higher time frame is that we're in the long POI. I told you when we approached this POI that for the best bull scenario would be to form some sort of range here, as we're doing right now, right? I'm not saying this is bullish. I'm just saying that we're kind of holding structure for now. Um, so yeah, going in the lower time frame, we can spot some pretty simple support resistance levels. Like if you notice here, we have a cool level to keep in mind. Here as well, we do have another cool level to keep in mind. So something you can do is like mark out a range, or I do like to mark out some sort of area around here. This area is based off basically the composite that we have formed, right? If you take also a volume profile from, I don't think it's from here all the way to here. It's kind of similar because mine is based off TPO. So yeah, the area we got is basically trading within 93/94K and 87K. Okay, so past week, past weekly outlook, I talked about the possibility of either going below here, spending time and space, and accepting below, and going even lower for these lows, or the possibility of reclaiming, retesting, and going higher. This was pretty choppy, in my opinion, to either consider a long or a short based off this idea. But the cleanest move that happened uh, during this, choppiness was like around here, where we took a whole Saturday, Friday/Saturday of nothing. And then on Sunday, as we can see, we got a pretty decent, sweep of the highs, followed by a sweep of the lows into a Sunday. This was longable. Unfortunately, I wasn't trading, but we have talked about this plenty of times, and I'm sure some of you guys got it. So yeah, longs here were pretty plus EV. Now, going into VWAP, starting off with the yearly VWAP, we're still chopping around developing year by year low. Okay, so 80, roughly 88K is our level. All right, now this sort of rejection that we got here was kind of telling me, we're going lower. But as soon as I saw this candle right here, I was like, okay, the idea of going lower is actually kind of invalidated because, we basically filled this entire week and kind of closed above developing year by year low. This is not something huge, but at least for the lower time frame, it tells us that we don't have enough strength from the sell side to push price lower. Okay, so for now, nothing to add to it. Only that as the year is coming to an end, we will be having a new yearly value, and a new previous yearly value. The new previous yearly value will be probably 88k all the way up to 111, roughly 112, 111.5, let's say. Okay, and previous year VWAP being around 100k, 99 point something. Okay, so going into the new year, when a new value is being made and we're trading inside the new value, right, we do have two scenarios. Okay, either spend time and space here, hold value low, and basically go all the way up to the VWAP, right, the previous static VWAP. And then from here, we will see if we're rejecting or we're accepting above to send even higher. Or starting off here, we're getting a move up to the VWAP. And from here, we can tell if we are rejecting or accepting above. So we're gonna be playing these two levels. Okay, previous year VWAP and previous year value low. Because if year closes like around here, it will be pretty crucial what happens within these two levels. So this will be some sort of small range. Okay, now if the year closes below, right, if we get like some sort of dip into the year end, which I'm not thinking we're gonna be getting because volatility is way less than usual, a dip, and we're gonna be monitoring previous year value low for potential shorts or acceptance above for longs. Okay, pretty simple. So that's pretty much it about the yearly value, some future plans. Now let's go into the developing quarterly value, which as we can see has been capping downside for the entire past week, and as of now we're trading like above the developing year value low. Okay, what does this mean? Absolutely nothing for now, just the fact that similar to previous year value that we're gonna be getting, we're gonna be getting also previous quarter value, similar levels here. Okay, with 89k being our previous quarter value low and 101k being our previous quarter VWAP. Okay, so this area all in all and this area are gonna be pretty important going forward. Okay, nothing to add here. Let's go into the monthly VWAP, which was the most important, in my opinion, for this past price action, this past week's price action. We had some rejections of monthly VWAP. We had some rejections of previous month value low slash developing month value low. All in all, it came to an acceptance back into previous month value. Okay, with previous month value low sitting at 87 point, let's say, what is it, 6 something. And as you can see, into Sunday, scam pump followed by scam dump, it was a pretty good long. Okay, Now, not much to say here either, just for lower time frame, that we would like to see developing month VWAP hold as support. Okay, so if we're gonna be trading higher, first of all, we do have some highs here that we need to take out. Okay, structural liquidity slash um, liquidity in general. So if we do get some sort of drive into these highs right here, we would like to see developing month VWAP holding a support for a potential move up to, first of all, fill the entire gap, and second of all, potentially for a move all the way up to previous month VWAP. Now, if we get this, I don't know if we will get it, because we're like, it's 22nd of December, and in 9 days the month ends as well, the year ends, etc. So I'm not really sure we're gonna be getting this entire rotation. Anyways, upcoming monthly previous month value is gonna be 92k all the way to 87k. Okay, so going into the new year, new month, we will have some pretty cool levels to play around. And a pretty similar range, okay, where we long value low and short value high. Not much to add here as well. Just the fact that we're overall in a small range in terms of hard time frame. Okay, now going into weekly VWAP, not much to tell about this, because it's less relevant, because we have other values to play around. Just the fact that if we are bullish, as it happened here into the open, that we didn't accept below previous week VWAP, similar thing that happened like around here, we need to hold basically 88.5. Structurally it makes sense as well to hold these lows, but all in all, if we're really bullish, we would like to see the daily VWAP to hold slash the weekly VWAP to hold in order to get a proper trend higher. But if we're getting a less volatile move and some sort of range around here, we would like to see 88.5 hold as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now, going into DPO, starting off with a weekly DPO, we do have 5 weeks of overlapping value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if we merge these 5 weeks, we do have a 5-week composite with 5-week value high sitting at 93.320 and 5-week value low sitting at 87.132. Okay, so this 5-week value, if we plot it in the chart, it's basically pretty similar to these levels right here. So right now, what do we have? Kind of acceptance above 5-week value low, right? Let me bring up the levels. So 5-week value low, kind of acceptance above. So we would like to see basically this area being held. Structure wise, I do think that a retest into 88.5, 89 around here needs to hold, because this will act as, this will be our order block going forward. So if we get a dip here and we're hold here, I would like to long all the way towards these highs if we don't get them around the time, and potentially even higher towards 5-week value high, and maybe we can tag also these highs as well, who knows, into previous month Fibonacci. So that's pretty much it. The bearish scenario would be to not hold structure here and basically end up as a sweep of these highs, into a drive lower, acceptance below 5-week value low, and all these levels right here, and maybe a move down to 6-week value low, which is from this previous composite we have formed back to here. Okay, so yeah, this is the most bearish scenario going forward. The sweep, I think it's gonna happen at some point. Day tomorrow, who knows? But if we form some sort of range here before going for the sweep, I do think this is gonna SFP. So I wouldn't like for a small range consolidation to form here before we take out these highs right here. Okay. So in order for it to be actually holding, we need to see these highs get taken out here. Okay, we can have a pullback back to here, but if we hold structure right here, it's still looking bullish. Okay, if we form a range right here and we sweep, I'm not so confident in, you know, longing here unless we hold. We'll see. So these are the scenarios I'm looking at. For now, you know, all eyes are first of all on these highs. Do I have these levels here? Nope. By the way, this low is kind of shitty. Let me take a look at TPO. Yeah, these are poor lows as well. So yeah, pay attention to these singles for now and these singles. Okay, based off daily TPO. If we come up, take out this high, basically these highs right here, basically these are not poor highs based on TPO. Take out the highs, fill the singles, and we start trading lower. I would look for a fill of these singles as well, and potentially these inefficiencies, these poor lows down here, because what we know, markets move from to fill inefficiencies basically. So yeah, so the place that I'm looking at, bringing everything together, sweep here for a potential short, all the way down to here. If we hold here, we hold structure here, I would like to try long. If we don't hold structure here and we actually go lower, I would be cautious with longs only if we hold this POR. Okay, so if we hold structure here, then yeah, we can look for longs again, but you know, it will all depend if we accept above this level, right? Above 87.5. So if we're, as we come down here, if we manage to accept above, it's looking bullish again. If not, then it's not looking that nice because it's rejecting, and you know, you have also structural rejections, and it could be linked to a move way lower. Okay, now bringing VWAP into here for the most bull scenario on lower time frame. I would like to see as you can see daily / weekly value, developing value is looking nice, right? We would like to see developing weekly value high and VWAP capping downside. Okay, so structure is helping with that as of now. So if we're getting a move up here, we need to see what happens into the developing value high. Okay, if we're holding here, we're going higher potentially on lower time frame at least. So yeah, I'm looking for this as well. Okay, developing value is pretty important as well, so don't forget about it. So that's pretty much it, everything. All in all, not much to trade. You know, year end is coming. Christmas also is coming, so spend time with family. Charts are always gonna be there, and we will have something to trade. So yeah. Next week I'm gonna be taking a full rest, and I'm also gonna be giving everyone here an extra week. I already did, but I haven't announced it. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the outlook. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and let me go ahead and stop the recording.